want to talk about beating inflammation naturally. I like to do things naturally, and that's just something that I incorporate with my healthy eating and wellness. Is I try to endeavor to find strategies that are natural. Now, remember, this is for educational purposes only. If in fact you want to get strategies or you want tips for exercise or eating, your diet, you always want to consult with your physician. So let's dive right in. The interesting thing about inflammation, you can't see it or you can't feel it, but it could slowly be damaging your body. Now, inflammation is swelling, which is the part of our body's natural healing systems. Our bodies are really amazing, and our bodies can really heal themselves. And what inflammation does, it helps fight injuries and infections, but it doesn't happen in response to injuries and illnesses only. An inflammation response can also occur when the immune system goes into action without an injury or an infection to fight. And since there's nothing to heal, the immune system cells that normally protects us begin to destroy healthy arteries, organs, and joints. So it's important for us to look at strategies to eliminate inflammation. So when you don't eat healthy, when you don't get enough rest, when you don't exercise, when you feel stressed, that is when our body can trigger inflammation. And so chronic inflammation can have damaging consequences over the long term. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to talk about inflammation is I had shared with you this has been a super stressful week. So even though we can't feel inflammation, we can't see it. I know that there's inflammation in my body because it's a lot of stress in my body. So I'm looking at strategies, though I started doing even more ways to look at how can I naturally beat inflammation. So that's the reason I'm talking about inflammation today. So, what does chronic inflammation do to our bodies? In the beginning, chronic inflammation, it's no real sign. The signs are really subtle, or there's no symptoms that may go undetected for a long period of time. You may just feel like slightly fatigued or even normal. But as inflammation progresses, however, it begins to damage your arteries, your organs, and your joints. And left unchecked, it can contribute to chronic disease such as heart disease, blood vessels disease, diabetes, obesity, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and other conditions. So, inflammation is something we definitely want to treat. The most common ways to measure inflammation is to have a blood test conducted. So, you can control or even reverse inflammation if, in fact, you adopt a healthy lifestyle and a lifestyle with eating and loading up on anti-inflammatory foods. So you're like, what is anti-inflammatory foods? Tomatoes, olive oil, green leafy vegetables, such as spinach, um, kale, nuts like almonds and walnuts, fatty fish like salmon and tuna and sardines, and fruits like strawberries, blueberries, and cherries. Also, oranges. So you can see we've talked a great deal about eating the rainbow. So when you eat the rainbow, a lot of fruits and vegetables and having a healthy diet, that is like loading up on anti-inflammatory foods. So when you eat more fruits and vegetables and foods containing omega-3 fatty acids, some of them like best source of omega-3s is cold water fish such as salmon and tuna and tofu, walnut, flax seeds, and soybeans. That's going to be good. What you want to do on the flip side is cut back and eliminate inflammatory foods. So you're like, what is inflammatory foods? And that includes red meat and anything with trans fat, such as margarine, corn oil, deep fried foods, and most processed foods. So we can see when we load up on inflammatory foods are going to give us inflammation. You want to also control your blood sugar level. One easy rule to follow is to avoid white foods such as white bread, rice, pasta, as well as food made with white sugar and flour. Build your meals around lean proteins and whole foods high in fiber, such as vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, such as brown rice and whole wheat bread. You want to make sure that you read the labels and make sure that the whole wheat or another whole grain is the first ingredients. Move your body. You want to exercise. Regular exercise is an excellent way to prevent inflammation. You want to make time for 30 to 45 minutes of aerobic exercise. That could be walking, swimming, cardio. That's basically cardio workout. And then you want to do at least 10 to 15 minutes of weight or resistant training. Resistant band or some weight bearing exercise is going to be good 4 to 5 times a week. If you're overweight, people who are overweight have more inflammation, so losing weight may decrease inflammation. And then we talked about managing your stress. Chronic stress contributes to inflammation, and you could do yoga, meditation. You want to do some imaginary, visionary work. That's other methods to manage stress throughout your day. A lot of times, if you're in a stressful work environment, you can take a walk, just getting up from your desk, deep breathing. Sometimes something as simple as counting to 10, listening to relaxing music can manage and reduce stress. So it's important to remember also that measures to reduce inflammation pays off on the long run, and it's going to improve your health and reduce your risk of chronic disease. So I want to thank you for joining us at Live at 5 with No Jive with Dr. Frances Richards. And remember, if this content is benefiting you, feel free to share. Also, if you know anyone over 40, any women over 40 that's struggling with weight management or mental wellness, have them check out the course. It's course.drfrancesrichards.com. And in that course, we are giving you strategies, proven strategies that work to help women unpack what's eating them so they can stop eating it. It deals with mental wellness and weight management. I'm Dr. Frances Richards, and we will conclude Live at 5 with No Jive, and we will see you on another one next week. Take care, have a super day, and thank you for watching.